monkey. Oh, we're starting recording right now. And if we're not using a loop, because we're not covering it right now, if you're completely new to CodeMonkey, then how we would have to write this code is like you just have to say turn like left. Let's try that. No, turn right. Turn right and step 15, right? So if we do that, then he goes there, steps 15 there, then I'd have to turn right again, and I have to step 15 again rather than so, and step 15. So rather than writing 15 again and again, what we could simply do here is assign a variable. Let's try y this time. Y equals to 15, because now we know that he's in a square shape, right? So I can just assume that if from this monkey to this banana is 15, as we measured right now, then from this banana to this banana would be 15, 15, and 15 back. I don't have to come back, but I can stay till there. So we'll say that let y be 15. Turn right. So initially the monkey is turning down. We'll turn towards the banana. There's also a function that says turn to banana, but right now let's just say turn right. It's basic right now. So step 15 steps to this banana. Turn right again, so he'll turn up, right? Step 15 steps to this banana. Instead of 15, we'll say y. That's where you're using variables. So now he's following the code in sequences. And we still didn't do it because, yeah, I think you get the idea, right? So they they are used to store a value, right? It's basically like how, let's say example, you have a certain name, right? And you could use a short form for your name. Like sometimes you may hear someone saying like Sonam T or something like that, right? Rather than saying your full name, you just use something short so that it's easy to call. So in variable, it's the same thing. You're storing data. Uh, Data types, I'm not sure if you have studied this in school. Maybe some of you have, maybe some of you haven't, but there are quite a lot of data types. Like there are strings, there are integers, there are booleans. We'll come to them as we learn programming, okay? But right now, in this case, integer basically means numbers. String are like whatever you can write inside of quotation marks. And uh, other than that, booleans are just true and false. Other than that, see, strings are anything that you can write inside of quotation marks. Integers are numbers. You can integers and letters, okay? I think you might know this from math itself. And booleans are true and false. We'll come to these as we learn programming, like as we dive deeper into them. Okay. Creating a variable. You give a variable, as we said, a variable should not be anything other than alpha. Let's keep it simple for now. Okay. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. We don't use like at the rate or any other like signs and symbols. Please refrain from that, at least for now, when you're starting to learn. And uh, equals to, so you're storing something in here and give it any value. Usually right now what we're doing when we're doing CodeMonkey, we're giving it integer values, right? Y equals to an integer value. So that's how we create and that's how we define variables. Next up, I hope that's clear in terms of variables. Like we'll be using that a lot when we are programming. I assure you, you'll be using variables way too many times. Like, should we go for something much more difficult? Yeah, let's try 50 once. It's using loop concepts, like d equals to 6. So from this monkey all the way up to this banana, 6 times, right? And right now, let's just work with the loop, okay? So step 14. So he's got this uh, turtle dot step d steps. Why? You're actually, the monkey is riding on the turtle, so it's the turtle that's carrying me all the way up to the banana. and then the monkey will just go fetch the bananas each time. So turtle.step D and step 14 times. Let's run this and see what happens. Goes there, 14 steps, takes it. Oh, so the loop is running. Now in that case, the monkey should come back to the turtle. So we'll just do step -14, moonwalking monkey again. And what's happening here is that the turtle can only travel till 6 distances. There also you saw that the turtle stopped here, right? What we can do here is just to do something like D plus equals 2. Let's see how this works. I'll explain this concept in a while. Like the last line might be a little bit more confusing. Instead of going 6 steps, he's actually taking 8 and 10 steps right now. Worked. What happened there was, can I annotate? Okay. What happened here was that, let me show. So in this case, right, D plus equals to 2 means that initially D's value is 6, right? When one loop completes, D's value increases to 8. What plus equals to means is that you're just doing D equals to 6 plus 2. Okay. So in this case, I'm saying that D equals to 6 plus 2. This is what this sign means. So each time, that is. So initially D is 6. So the turtle assumes that, okay, D is 6. Okay. Turtle does step D. I'll take 6 steps all the way up till here, right? Because variable is basically where you're storing certain values. So he knows that you have to take 6 steps. Even the geometry is given right here. So now after that, the monkey steps 14 steps all the way up to this banana. He fetches it, moonwalks back to the turtle. And now you have to travel 8 steps rather than 6. That's why I did plus equals to 2. This is another coding concept which actually we're not supposed to cover, but I'm just giving it as, let's say, an extra information. Always very helpful, something like this. So plus equals to, in that way, D's value now at this point here, the initially was 6. At this point, it just becomes 8. Once again, when the loop runs, the value which was initially 8 becomes 10. You will learn these as you learn more and more of programming, but right now, in case you guys have any questions, this is a quick explanation about this. So I might have to erase all of this. That's basically about covering variables and even a short note about this. What more do we have? We're not going to be covering loops because I think loop is something that a lot of schools teach a lot of the times. What we're going to go for now is actually called as array indexing. Wait, I think we left out something here. Okay. For forest array index. So let's go to the simple challenge of array indexing. We're actually coming to the end of our programming. Like array and array indexing was one of the last ones we have to do. Now, what is arrays and what are array indexing? If I explain this in simple terms, we actually have to see this in the forms of lists, but rather than that, let's go to index beavers. And here's a short note about what arrays are. When there are several objects of the same kind on the screen that you can interact with. Go back. See, banana 1, banana 2, banana 3. Like 3 bananas on the screen, right? So same type of object that you can interact with. The monkey can actually eat all these bananas. Then you can interact with each one of them separately. That is what array indexes are for. And now we have 10 new special challenges. So what does array indexes do? Indexes can become useful, for example, when turning and stepping towards a specific banana. So what arrays start with is um so sorry, three bananas, right? So in arrays, what happens is that each banana is going to be labeled starting from zero. So bananas number zero, banana number one, banana number two. So when that happens, we can interact with them specifically. Like, right, firstly, let's say the monkey can take in banana zero, right? So turn to banana zero and step distance to banana, go to banana zero. If I just run this code, he'll just go and eat banana. I don't even need to calculate how many steps I'm going or the angle that I have to like label him as. It just knows because we are interacting specifically with banana number zero. Let's see if you have any doubts regarding this. Trigonometry steps can be moonwalk. Not really. Let's okay. Keep trying. So in that way, I can just copy this code twice, right? Because there are like two more bananas remaining on screen, and this is banana number one. So when the monkey eats the banana zero, he'll be here. So just turn to banana one. I don't even need to set like what angle it is at, in case like it's confusing. This is one of the more easier ways to program. I know that there's a lot of like uh things you have to write here, but it just makes it a lot more simpler. Then just turn to banana number one and go to banana number two, right? Hmm. Even in this case, you will see the yellow line following sequences of how the code is like the coding instructions that it has to follow. So that also is like the basics of array indexing. Other than that, why not we go to something more difficult? 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Other than that, I think we have to cover arrays now. I hope that clears it up. Like arrays are basically when you have to. Oh, I think I have number 60. Let that load up. So yeah, right now we were interacting with a number of bananas. There can also be other objects. Like as you can see here, there are two beavers. So each of these beavers will be labeled as beaver number zero, beaver number one. You can interact with them. Okay. See, two beavers, three bananas, right? So, uh, wait, can we go back? I'll make this quick. Let's go back to number 53. Let's take some things from there so that it's easy, like really quick to code. Okay. Uh, let's take this out. Control C, and let's go back here. Usually in programming, that's like I think yesterday you guys were learning about like keyboard shortcuts and all of those. Control C and Control V is one of the more common keyboard shortcuts we use like whenever you're programming. So just Control V there. Turn to banana zero. So right now he's turning to banana zero, but right now I actually want beaver to come up to me because like if I step in, I'm just gonna fall into the water. Like, see, let's try. So beaver number zero dot step. How much till the monkey? Sometimes assumptions work, sometimes assumptions don't. I'll just assume four. That does not look like a five. I'm assuming you could use the ruler here. It's stuck behind the from here, but then it's the flat form that I'm using. So yeah, I'm just gonna assume number four, and this is beaver number one. So beaver number one also has to step forward to help me. So dot step and four steps. Now, turn to banana zero, not necessarily required because like banana is still there, but just keep it right. Control C, V and B. So I'll just remove this, right? So step distance to banana number zero, then turn to banana number one, step distance to banana number one. So then after that, this is our target. Now again, we were stuck here. We call the beavers in to step up to help us. We turn to banana number two, and then we walk all the way there. Let's just see how this works. Uh, like let's do it all at once, okay? So Control C and V. So I don't think we should assume hereafter. We'll be here. 10 steps. Okay. So the two beavers have to step in 10 steps to help. Okay. Let's see that. Stop. Go to banana 2. Okay. So recap of what we're doing here. Initially, we are interacting with two beavers. So array indexing states that these two beavers are labeled as beaver number 0, beaver number 1. They step in 4 steps to create the platform for us. Our monkey goes all the way up to banana. Then our monkey can go all the way up to banana 0. So step distance to banana 0, right? Then after that, the monkey can turn to banana number 1, step his distance all the way up to banana number 1. And then the beavers again have to help us to get to banana number 2. When monkey turns, goes to banana 2. Let's see if that works the way we are asking it to. So, okay. That's risky. Ooh, he made it. So that covers for a lot of topics that we were actually wanting to discuss for today's class. You now know what coding is. Quick summary. Coding, also known as computer programming, is giving instructions to a computer so that it can like follow those instructions in sequences so that you get your desired outcome. Sequences are basically the computer reading your code line by line so that it can understand what you genuinely want. Variables are like boxes that can store in values and be used whenever you want them. Usually, something like this is very simple. Something like the value of pi, like 3.14, and a lot of digits that follow it. You can just store it as a variable and you can utilize it wherever you want, right? So variables can store information and you can reuse them again and again. Finally, arrays and arrays indexes. Usually in CodeMonkey, arrays are indexed in a way that you can interact with multiple objects on the screen so that it's easier for you to like, you don't need to like turn to this degree and take this many steps. It just knows, okay, I have to interact with banana number 0. I turn to it and then I go fetch it. That's the idea for today's classes. If you have any doubts now, please pitch it forward for what I should like re-explain. Like, let's spend nothing more than like 5 minutes on doubt solving. And I think if we complete this quicker, I'll just continue with digital use. I can't read what these are. Do you have any doubts? Check chat. Chat, is there any doubts? Yeah, I can see your messages. No, no doubts. Oh, okay. So I think we can continue with digital use then. Can you explain data types? Yeah. Actually, data types will be really useful for you when like you're programming. But right now we're just going in. That time I explained it very quickly because we'll actually cover them slowly. Like right now we saw what integers were, right? Where was the slide for data types? Variables, for example. No. So data types. So firstly, strings. Strings are anything that you can write inside of like quotation marks. Like, let's just clear this out. I put in this, something, let's say that, okay, x is equals to, let's say inside, I just give in something like apple. If I ask, like, if you're doing something like Python, then you can just print it out. Print x, it'll print apple. That's string. Strings are any type of words or anything inside, like two quotation marks. These are quotation marks. If you put anything inside them, they are strings. Integers. Integers are number values. So in this case, x equals to 15 or any other number. This is an integer, which you can use to add actually. X, y equals to like any value, like 6 or something. And then like you can just start stepping. Step, x steps, right? And then like next time you turn and then you step Y steps, integers. So integers are just numbers. They're not letters. Boolean, true and false statements. I think we'll come to them in learning, or maybe you'll learn these in higher classes. I'm not sure, but like you can state if it's true or false. Walk forward equals to true, or something like that. I think we'll come to them with more depth and detail as we continue with our coding classes. For now, I think we should go on with like yesterday's digital use. Let's go back to courses. Okay. My account. Do we have more doubts? You're going too fast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you explain sequencing? In level 46, how do you have to turn to the rat to get banana? I think you just start like turn to rat or something. Wait. Uh, what, may you explain array? Okay. Uh, there was also something asking about sequencing, right? So, as I've, oh, there are a few more doubts. Okay. Arrays in CodeMonkey. Might have like coding adventure part one, understanding loops, index beavers, arrays, indexes. Right now, we're actually just explaining arrays as a whole, like indexing them. So what you can understand right now for your level when you're doing CodeMonkey at this point is that we use array indexes. Indexes basically means numbers. So if you want a more like in-depth explanation, I might not be able to use my pen. Okay. So let's say that you have a variable and you have a list, right? Like let's say you have like X, Y, and Z. It's not going to be like this, okay? It's going to be actually inside lists, but I just want to show you what indexing is. So you have a variable and you have certain elements inside that like list. Uh, list is usually something like this. Their arrays indexes means that you give a certain number to these elements inside this list. So number X will have an index of 0. You always start from 0. Counting always starts from 0. Then you have 1 and you have 2. So this is how indexing works. In a general case, you're assigning numbers to certain elements inside a list. In terms of CodeMonkey, uh, you have a lot of things that you can interact with. Like that time you saw 3 bananas there, right? So each of those bananas is assigned a certain number value. It starts from 0, 1, 2, all the way up to the number of bananas there are. And then in this case, like in just this case, 2 beavers, right? So beaver number 1 is indexed, the beavers are indexed as beaver number 0 and beaver number 1. And we can interact with them. Like you can tell beaver number 0 to take 3 steps for you and he will. You don't have to then you can ask beaver number 2 to take 3 steps for you. Why is this helpful? Well, let's say that you tell beaver dot step 3 without like assigning it anything. What happens there? It gets confused. The computer gets confused. Which beaver should take a step? Should beaver number 1 take a step? Should beaver number 2 take a step? That's why you assign them values. Even in the bananas case, you tell it monkey step to banana. There are 3 bananas on the screen. Now, what is the computer supposed to do? Go to the like which banana am I supposed to like fetch? So that's why we give indexes. You assign each of the elements or like these characters with certain numbers so that the computer is like that time we understood, right? In coding, it follows sequences. Line by line, the computer reads your code and it understands. Okay, firstly, beaver 0 takes 3 steps. Next, beaver number 1 take 3 steps. That's sequencing. Basically, the computer reading your code line by line, following your instructions. Now, other than that, I think we have got more chats. Can you please tell me the use of CodeMonkey lesson? Oh, can you continue with yesterday's topic? Oh, yeah, I'll continue with that lesson, but until that loads up, why are we actually learning CodeMonkey? You might, for some of you, it might be new, right? Programming. For some of you, maybe some of you are already good with Python. Maybe some of you already developed designing like websites and a lot of things. What's even the use of uh what's the use of like CodeMonkey, right? Well, it actually builds up a habit of programming for beginners initially. You can understand a lot of these type of complex programming concepts because you're like building this habit of programming. Okay. What? You're signed in. Mushrooms. Let me share it again. Uh, sure, sure. Yeah. Okay. So learning CodeMonkey, you actually understand logic. When you do programming, these days, even AI can write programs for you, right? Like you just tell it to write a Python program for you, it will. But if you don't understand the logic, what's the use? So through CodeMonkey, you can initially build logic at this young age, right? You can learn different types of like what's a variable, what are data types, in-depth understanding. This helps everywhere, whether you're learning like math, whether you're learning science. So it's firstly important to understand fundamentals, basics, understand the logic behind it, and you can after that, when you start programming, especially in this digital day and age, it just becomes a lot more effective and efficient. Let's continue with digital use now. Let's see how much we can cover. Continue learning. Uh, so, introduction. Where were we yesterday? Number 5, memory and storage. Uh, could you please tell me specifically which slide, like my friend left out in? Like he told you were in number 5, memory and storage.
Roshan, lesson 7,
Halfway.
lesson 7.
Oh, lesson 7. He said.
Okay. Siskiye katılmazı vardı. So I need to continue with you. So check lesson 7 in, so you can continue from lesson 7.
Lesson. So I think I'll continue 7. I'm actually continuing from 8. Can I continue from 8? Sang is supposed to take in like 6 and 7.
Tup. Check party continue.
Nga 8 lane. Okay. So I think I like okay. So search engines. What are search engines? Have you ever used a search engine before? Search engines are basically something like this. You just have like you can type in whatever you want to ask about it, right? If I go here, Google is a search engine, and you might use ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT also has this place where you can actually ask it to find something for you. So anything that you want to find something is becomes a search engine, like on the most basic levels. So yes, of course, we've all used search engines. We use Google, we use so many of them. Let's see what CodeMonkey has to say. So yeah, cool. There are search engines like Google. Some of you might remember Yahoo a long time back. Bing right now, Microsoft Bing. If you're on a Mac right now, you might be using Safari. Some of you might be using Brave browsers. So many different types of browsers, right? All of them have search engines. So, uh, what exactly are these search engines? So, on these search engines, the user inputs words to describe what they are looking for on the internet, and that thing that you enter on this like search bars, whatever you enter here, is known as search criteria, whatever you're like searching for. And the search engine uses that certain search criteria, whatever you enter there. Like right now I say code monkey like lessons, right? So it takes in these criteria and it'll like filter out from so much information available on the internet. It'll filter out what you're specifically looking for. And search engine outputs a list of web pages to the user based off whatever you're searching there. I hope I'm not going too fast. So yeah, I have to leave this. Yeah, I was going too fast. Okay. What is a search criteria? Search criteria is a list of keywords a person inputs into the search engine. Search engine keywords that I've put in here, like CodeMonkey lessons. This is my search criteria. So it's basically the information that I'm like entering into that search bar to find what I want. Now, do you think search engine results will change much based on the search criteria the user enters? Do you think like if you change some words here, like right now I said CodeMonkey lessons, if I say CodeMonkey activities, then do you think this my results that Google will give me will change much? It of course actually will. And how to write good search criteria. Now, why is this important? First thing, like whenever you learn something, why is something important? When whatever you type in on Google, right? Why do we usually Google when we are like maybe to like need help with homework, when you're doing some project, when you want to do something, you want to search about something, do research. There, if you have a good search criteria, if you know how to search things up, then it actually makes it a lot more effective. You get exactly what you want. You save hours of scrolling on the internet for what you're looking for, right? Uh, 4 participants raised their hands. Louder. Okay. Data types will come to them. Okay. Uh, am I loud enough now? Uh, yes. Okay. Other than that, let's see. Search criteria. Why didn't it change this word? Okay. So let's take a very basic example. Okay. Let's search Jaguar. I'm getting the Jaguar car right now, but there's a Jaguar animal as well, right? So let's just say Jaguar animal. I think it pressed on the name. But even if besides that, let's say that you just wanted to search about Jaguar, right? Just in basic, but you didn't necessarily want the car. You wanted the animal only. Like if I go to images, it'll give me a mix of both the car and the animal. See, it gives me the animal, it gives me the car. So in that case, what I can do is that the search will look for Jaguars but the minus sign. So you can just use a minus sign. So effective way to search Jaguar space, use the minus sign and just say car. Now if I search in, see, it filters out the car images for me. Now no more cars. This can be used in a number of ways. These days there are so many names, right? That have like okay, let's just say orange. So it gives me orange and also the color orange. I can just say orange minus fruit. And it still gives me, but it's a lot more filtered out now. I can see more colors rather than the fruit itself. So this is a more effective way to search. Like this was something even I didn't know. Another way to search, let's say you're searching for song lyrics, right? Usually, or let's say you're searching for a certain like project paper. In that way, let's say the name of the like you can just put in something like quotation marks and you can like enter something in like let's say you're searching for a closer, right? Song. What quotation marks does for you is that whatever you type in here, like let's just search up this somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. It's giving me a lot of somewhere over the rainbow. What quotation mark does for you is that whatever you type in within that quotation mark, ditto, right? Like the obvious word that's coming to my mind right now, ditto, that you will get it on your search results. It'll not be something else. Whatever, like word by word, you will get that on your search results. So it's giving me the Wikipedia page for somewhere over the rainbow right now. Initially, it was giving me some song, I guess. So yeah, using quotation marks, using minus sign, effective ways to search. Okay, let's see. Can you search for this puppy? Uh, this is a fun game as well. Like, okay, I see a poodle here. He's light brown in color, and he's sitting on a red cart, right? So, firstly, let's just say cart, poodle on a cart. Party images. So, close poodle on a red cart. Let's even give like adjectives now. Brown poodle on red cart. Close light brown poodle on a red cart, sitting on a red cart. See, we found it. So yeah, we found this image. So that's what like prompt is doing. You could just use a minus sign if you're getting too much of something, like just let's just say minus like standing or something like that, and you can even narrow your search down. This is example of some basic things I'm giving you, but for you right now, this way you can search up for more like accurate results. Like you want some research papers, you're doing some project and you want like a piece of code from like some authentic source. Make sure the source is authentic though. How do I know I have narrowed my search enough? So like right now I have given you, instead of just writing like blue shirt woman button scholar, like that time, instead of just poodle on a cart, brown poodle sitting on a red cart, right? Be more specific with your searches. And there's also a lot of things that you can do on your search engines. Like let's say I search up like let's keep this as the last one. We're about ending with time. Let's say we search a Pokemon, right? Now what happens with Pokemon is that usually like a lot of these like images, they might be copyright. So if I don't want copyright, I can just go to tools, right? This is what we're going to follow up with the slides up here. Like see, so I can just go to tools and I can say in usage rights, I can just ask for Creative Commons license. This way you get like non-copyright images. A lot of things with copyright images, but using ones that will not get you in trouble is always the more effective way. So whenever you search, right, how do I get these results? Like I searched a Pokemon, I got Pokemon results. I searched up like that time Poodle Cart, I got Poodle Cart results. So there are things called as web crawlers, and you might be wondering, like, so search engines use web crawlers to create an index for the internet. Do they really look like spiders? Not really. Like we say web crawler because that, like, let's say that spider digitally, right, it just goes to these different websites and it just like collects whatever you're looking for based off your prompts. Like that time we said search criteria, whatever you have put in here, it will search that up and display you the results. So this is how you get your search results when you search up something on the internet. For the most part, I don't think I have time to play games today. So finally, do not click on any web page that has an advertisement on it. Let's say that I search up like PDF converter, right? Uh, see, oh, that that's new. Oh, yeah. Just don't go on any sponsored links. Nothing sketchy. Don't go on those type of like links, right? Always fact check if what you're searching for on the internet is like real. Don't go arguing with someone with something you just saw on Facebook, right? Always fact check. Even AI, sometimes it hallucinates. So fact check what like Chat GPT or Gemini gives you as well. And always check with a result teacher or like an authentic book whenever you search something on the internet. And that basically wraps up today's lesson. Thank you so much for attending. From tomorrow onwards, we'll continue again with digital usage. And thank you very much for attending the sessions. Oh, I'm so sorry for